El groove. Hola, ¿qué tal, groovers? Bienvenidos al canal de YouTube. Hoy tenéis este episodio que está originalmente hecho en inglés, pero aquí tenéis los subtítulos, así que espero que os guste, ¿vale? Y nada, con ganas de hacer más cositas en internacional y expandirnos un poquito, conquistar nuevos lugares. Pero de momento, esta entrevista maravillosa con la gran Martina BARAKOSKA, que la verdad se portó muy bien. Y nada, que la disfrutéis. Hello, everybody. You'll notice I'm not speaking Spanish because today we've got an international guest with us. We've got Martina from Macedonia. How are you?
Hi, I am doing great. Good morning.
Good morning to you. It's a pleasure for us to have you here. And, you know, it really means, you know, it's just very special because, you know, I've meant to, I mean, not to say that people from Spain are not as good as people from elsewhere, but you know, it means something to the podcast to have someone who is keen to speak to me in not my native language and share, you know, some thoughts about drums, life, etc. So thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here as well. It's an honor that I got invited to an international podcast. So the feeling is mutual, I think. And it's like we met at the drum festival when I was in Spain.
Yes.
So it was really nice to meet you and then like catch up with you again now. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
shout
excited.
out to Juanjo from Alteisa.
Yes.
I'm sending you a kiss. Send me symbols.
Everyone from Alteisa, I really had a good time, and I hope to go back to Spain again, like soon, because I loved it.
Before I ask you anything else, I wanted to ask you about your experience in the festival. How was it? Was that your first time in Spain?
Yeah, it was the first time in Spain and for my first drum festival, like ever. So I was like, I had mixed feelings. I mean, good mixed feelings of excitement, like a little bit of fear, a little bit of, oh my God, this is happening. I've been waiting like all my life for this because like there were so many drummers, like idols, like Michael Shack and Jost Nickel and Virgil Donati. So I was like, super pumped to play and like meet everyone. So it was really nice. It was scary but I was like 2021, like in a nutshell, was like a year of like how do I say? What's the word? A year of a lot of, oh my God, I have to Google the word. Wait.
I mean,
it comes to me in Macedonian, but I cannot translate it right now. I don't know why. Wait.
Yeah, and I cannot translate from Macedonian to English.
Okay, good.
What's the word in Macedonian?
Predizvik. Oh, it's full of challenges, like positive challenges.
Right.
Yeah. So the Macedonian word is predizvik.
Nice.
So it was really nice, and Jairo and Moises from Yamaha, they were like so cool. They were the nicest hosts ever. We ate a lot of good food. You eat a lot of tomatoes and like olive oil and bread.
Yes.
So I had tons of that. They made sure I have a ton of that. Good coffee, and I was good to go. I'd also like shout out to Yamaha. Like it was like a really nice thing to attend to, and I was like really proud in a way to get on that stage and play for the people there. So yeah, thank you. And also, fun fact, like I didn't even know that I was gonna play that festival. Like they told me on Monday or Tuesday, and the festival was on Sunday, and I was like, what? But yeah, let's go.
What was your first thought when they told you?
I was like, yes, but what the hell am I gonna play? And am I even ready to get on that stage? And like, it was a lot of pressure, but I was like, the first thought was, yes, of course, I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it must be like surprising, but also like not expecting. But then,
Yeah.
you know, and also the procrastinating part of me will have thought, okay, I would like to have done a festival, but now I have to do it. It's something else.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to ask you, before I ask you something else, in case there's someone that doesn't know you, I want you to tell us about your background, where you come from, what's your, you know, history with the drums, with the music.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Martina, or Martina if you're like from the Balkans.
We say Martina too.
You say Martina too? So if you speak Spanish as well?
Yeah, with my English accent, I would say Martina.
Martina.
With my Spanish, if I was talking about you in Spanish, I would say Martina.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's a little bit different than how we say it. Like we say Martina, and you say Martina, like so, like up. The accent is a little bit different, but yeah, that's the idea. So it's really funny how people when they see Cyrillic in my like Instagram, because I've written my name in Cyrillic, it's like they read it in like bunch of funny ways, like Maptia, Maptina. They're butchering it, but I've heard a lot of like different ways of saying my name, which is nice.
Which one is your favorite?
Maptia backpack is how a friend from the US once read it, which is hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah, but my full name in Macedonia is Martina Barakoska.
Right.
Yeah. So cool. And I'm from Macedonia, not from Russia. A lot of people think I'm from Russia because of the letters. So that became kind of like a funny thing that I say, not from Russia. And yeah, I come from the Balkans, Macedonia, and I've been playing drums since 13 or 14. I really cannot remember. But it's been, now I'm 23, so it's been almost 10 years playing drums, studying drums, playing in bands, playing with a lot of artists. I like in the past year or two, I started also collaborating and working with international artists as well, in the means of session recording and like even discussing about playing like internationally with some artists. So I've been like really up for that. Also doing my solo project as you've seen in Spain, like doing my music, my loops, and then just playing it, making a whole show out of it. And that's pretty much it. Since the COVID started, I somehow started making videos because there was nothing else to do. So, but I found it like really fulfilling, and I got a lot of nice feedback, and that has kept me doing it up till now. And it's still fun as it was in the beginning. So I'm just always thinking about ways of how to make it more interesting and like making some other formats of videos, like talking and stuff like that. So
right.
Yeah, about my like musical background is I went to music school for like I have like a general high school. I was playing throughout high school like drums with my school band, but I never had like any like official music theory knowledge. It was like always from listening and learning songs and playing with other people. So when I finished high school, I was like, wait, I don't really want to do anything else but music. So I just figured out that I want to go to music school. And then I had a really nice 4 years of just getting to know about like the theory of music and a lot of like good stuff that helped me shape my playing. I was kind of confused throughout the whole time of my music school because it was a handful, I have to say. But when I finished, I was like everything started clicking as I was progressing. And yeah, I'm out of school now for 2.5 years, and it's been great to just get in touch with like what I like now, and like start to kind of search for my style and my voice on the drums. So yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that process of finding your own voice in the drums.
Well, it's just, as I said, I was quite confused when I dropped, not dropped, but when I finished school. So it was like a lot of jazz playing, a lot of like ensemble playing of like jazz standards that I really liked because it helped me get into the world of improvisation and playing a theme and everything. But I was always having trouble with finding the passion in it for me.
Right.
It was maybe it was because it was introduced to me in school. So it was not something that I found, because throughout the years I found that everything I was attracted to, that I gravitated to, is all the things that I found out myself. It was not something that someone said like, do this, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do it because it's like on
you just
the table,
told me to do it.
Yeah. So I had a kind of a trouble with that. So when I finished, I just decided to move on from that and just get back to the music that I made me start playing drums. So I just would turn my lights off in the studio, like it would be dark here, and I would be just playing the music that I loved. Or I have done a lot of videos where I play to songs that don't have drums. So I don't know. I guess just putting music, that was a way to find. So putting music and just see what I come up with, and listening back to my recordings.
Why would you do that exercise of playing alone to music that doesn't have any drums? What is the reason behind that? Because I do think it's a great exercise.
Yeah, I think it's even a step up from that is playing it without click. So just trying to relate or connect to the music as much as you can. And I guess when there's drums in it, you're just following. And when there's music that already exists, and then you are trying to connect and react to the song as you're listening to it, I think that's just kind of a special moment that happens really in the moment and makes you want to be present. So I think a lot of finding my voice and what I want to do and how I want to play is like just being present and not over analyzing myself and not criticizing myself while I play, but just play and react to the music, you know?
Is that something you do also away from drums?
What do you mean?
As
Like
in,
criticizing?
no, trying to be present.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I think it's very important.
Yeah, I think like, and maybe it sounds not maybe it wouldn't make sense, but I think meditation and everything, like staying present and breathing, are like a big part of how you act when you're behind the drums, because it's like it makes you feel better, and when you feel better, you're more willing to come up with new ideas and be open and just create.
Is that something you have discussed with Dave Village? Because I know you have taken a lesson with him.
Oh yes, definitely. I've been, you know, how I was really drawn like into what he's doing is because I was already doing like meditation and I was trying to think about those stuff, like, and trying to figure them out. And then I got his course, like Getting Out of Your Own Way.
Yeah.
And like one of the first, what?
I have it too. It's great.
Yeah. It's awesome. And one of the first thing, like how it starts with meditation and breathing. And I was like, oh, this is exactly what I need, you know? It was like, I was throughout the whole course, it was like to watch it and to get something out of it, you need to be open-minded, and it's not like any other course, I think. It's not like you need to do this and this exercise and this is how it will get you here, you know? But it's just like, this is like continuous work and like he doesn't give you any like shortcuts. It's just like like the way of, I guess, shifting into a the person that you need to be in order to create on the drums, you know? And the how do you say that, the nature of or to getting to know the nature of our bodies, you know?
Yeah, something very important. I think the worst thing and the best thing about that course is that you need to put a lot of hours in order to get the most out of it. And a lot of people, when they are looking for courses or books, they're trying to do the opposite. Like, I want to practice and I want to get better. What's the best way I can spend 20, 30 euros to get a book that will, you know,
exactly
take me to the next level, or however you want to say it. Whereas
and then you have a handful of like YouTube videos, you know, get fast in 15 days, or get how to get your bass drum up to speed in 10 days, you know? And it's like, that's really cool. That's like mechanics, and that's like like how to maintenance exercises is how I perceive them, you know? You need to do them if you want to play fast. Like, and if you do it for 10 days, you will play the next 10 day fast, you know, the next 10 days fast, but you need to do them, you know? It's like strength training or how would I say it, you know?
I don't like it when the fitness world merges into the drum world. It's just there's a lot of things that will work in other industries that don't work in the drum world. Like I don't think we react well to seeing like promoted posts on Instagram, like other industries do, but also maybe the hashtag art thing would be a good thing instead of endorsements. I have mixed thoughts about that.
What was the last thing you said about?
You know, instead of endorsement deals, they give you something to promote. They pay you per post. That's it. or you do like a kind of, well, we'll let you have that for however much time, and then you do hashtag ad, and you promote that thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, like in the beauty world, that's how it works. You're not endorsed. We just send you the products, and you do a review, or you do like a story, and they paid you however much money, and then that way the relationship is much more clear. But then I don't know if that will work well. How people will perceive that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, mixed thoughts about endorsements. Anyway.
Yeah, I think endorsements are good until you know what you want from it, you know? Like you can, I'm a big, you know, the way I approach it is not with endorsements. I think every opportunity that you have, you should make it the way, or just thinking about the way you want it to be, you know? It's always good to know what you want out of something, you know? Like, okay, here's like hand cream. And now like, what are the possibilities? What can I do? I can take a picture with it. I can like use it, and you know, like just know what you want to do with it when the opportunity comes. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's having a good heart and using it the right way, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like using it the right way is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, it's a complicated topic, I think. Anyways.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you about your approach with social media.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are very confused about how to use it, or how can they use it best, or if they have to use it, or if using it as a tool is something positive or negative, or, you know.
I think that's really, really like close to what I was talking about right now, like the opportunity, you know? And like you have the social media, right? Like it's like all of the world is inside of social media, you know? It's like one big village, and you can like see what everyone is doing at like in a second. Like whatever you think of, you can see it, and you can Google it, and you can watch it and hear it and whatever. So I think a lot of people are like going away or distancing themselves from social media because they see a lot of things that they don't like. And I guess they say, and they think that, and I was thinking that too, like you have to be like flashy, and you have to do all of like bunch of trends and a bunch of things that you don't want to do in order to get in order to be noticed, let's say. And that's the thing that scares a lot of us, you know. I don't want to like spend my life or spend my time on doing things that I don't like to do. And the way I started is like, I don't think I do flashy stuff, and I don't do like trendy stuff, but I always do something that is really close to me at the moment, you know, like a lot of songs that I like, a lot of like, it's just, I see it like as, here is what I can do, and here's what I want to do, you know, and this is me, you know, and I try to be uncompromisingly myself on social media. So a bunch of people are always commenting on my videos like, why aren't you smiling? Like, is there something wrong? And I'm like, no, I'm just like this because I'm trying to be, I'm serious about this, and I want to do this, and I approach it in the most like I guess more, this is me, and this is how and what I am when I'm sitting behind the drums and I'm alone. So I'm just giving you a glimpse out of that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I love it that a lot of people are just maybe are not like 90% of the world, but those percent that I do have as a community, you know, in my Instagram, is what I'm grateful for, because I know that they're here for me, you know. It's not for, this is me and they are, you know, they're interested in that instead of just me being someone just to be likable, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my approach. It's just like being myself, and the right people will always be here for you.
Yeah. What I sense when I look at you through social media, what I sense like you do it for you, and you let us see you and find you and pay attention to you, but you do it for you.
Yeah.
And I think it becomes problematic when you do it for someone else, because then it's really hard to, you know, relate to the things that you're trying to do. And also people forget it's a lot of work to put out a nice video. You know, if you, unless you really like cameras or editing video or, you know, following social media trends or paying attention to what hashtags and when to post, blah, blah, unless you love that, it's really hard to, you know, keep on doing that unless you love it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta love what you do. And I feel that you do it for you.
Yeah, I agree completely. And until I do it the way I want it to be, you know, as long as I do my videos in the way I wanted them to be, I can do it forever, you know. I won't burn out. I won't just, you know, it won't be just like, okay, I need to do this, but I want to do this, you know, because I have something to say and I have to communicate something. That's how I see it. I communicate. And that's why I started making videos, you know. It was just like, I wasn't feeling, as I was like doing it for a month, 2, 3, I just figured out that I won't be, if I stop now, I won't feel that I've expressed myself, you know? So it just became a form of like expressing myself.
I agree with you. And that's how I think everybody should take it. It's not anything else. It's just a tool. And if it works for you, then great. And if it doesn't, it's also great. Like I haven't posted a video of me drumming for like about a year, and it's been fine. I don't think I've lost followers for that reason. I might have lost followers because they don't like me posting memes, but but you know, it is what it is. Now I want to press record and I want to, you know, mix myself and make progress on that and make progress on how I edit and how I record videos. That's the learning process for me, and I want to share it because I like to share it. But you know, the reason I do it is because I want to do them.
Yes,
if I wasn't sharing them, it'd be okay anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I really like what you said. Like, it's also like sitting down at the drums and just making a video is just one part of everything that comes into making a video, you know? You have to set up your camera, you need to record, and then the post-production is also a thing. So you need to find, like, if you scroll down to like my old videos, you can hear like the difference of how it sounded in the beginning and how it sounds now. So it's constant progress. So it's constant learning thing that like I was interested in learning how to capture my drums and how to mix them and how to set up. And I have like I do have like a lot of help and support as well. Like my boyfriend is always like willing to help me and just like tell me like new ideas of like,
Nice.
oh, you can use your SM57 to be a room mic, you know, just point it to where you want it to be, like between the snare and the bass, and put a lot of compression. And I was like, whoa, this is like a whole new world. And just like that's what everything that how it sounds now is captured with the E8010 and the SM57. So as like a collar or on top of the E8010. So I spend a lot of time figuring out how to translate my sound into the E8010, because the E8010 as itself, if you leave it like that, it sounds like E8010. You know?
That's the thing. It's, you know, it's a great tool.
Yeah.
It kind of, everybody makes them sound the same.
Yeah. And I had to figure out how to make it sound good. And once I did that, I started loving it, because now it's not something that makes me play somehow, but it's how I make it, you know, sound and how I treat it. And yeah.
What? So your setup miking wise is the ED10 and the SM57. How about lighting and cameras?
Oh, so I have this like DIY thingies, like softballs they're called, I believe. So a friend that's like a videographer, he helped me do this like triangle thing. Like, so I have one here and I have one here. So it's like,
so you've got the fill lights and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So before that I had like white, really strong light with really strong shadows. And now it's like a soft thing that when I move, you know, my shadow is like, not too harsh. So whenever I record, I put them like on. And you can, the good thing is like, you can always experiment. You don't have to have them all three at the same time. And they're really easy to make.
Are they dimmable? Can you control how much light? Okay.
No, it's just like, it's a DIY. It's like, I think it's 4 things. It's like the cable, the thing that like the thing that you put in the, electricity.
Right.
Yeah.
So the power unit.
And then the cable goes to the bulb. And then I got this light bulbs in a store for like really cheap. It's like €2 or something. So we made it ourselves. So, and it's been like ever since. I'm using them every day and they're like perfect. So shout out to Georgi Vatsev. He's like the videographer that helped me, and my boyfriend Dragi Ivanov. He's like the sweetest, because he helped me a lot with like finding my sound and capturing my sound, and like how I work on Ableton and how I mix and do everything myself. It's like I owe it to him completely. Like he showed me the basics and just that's everything he had to do, because once you know the basics and like the how everything works, it's just now you can manipulate everything and just try out new stuff.
Yeah, I think it's very important to have someone close to you to tell you, not to tell you what to do, but tell you how you can do it. And also, you know, whenever, you know, in the past year or so, through the podcast and through, you know, me walking more, meeting more people, I've got to know more drummers and more people like me that think alike. And, you know, that's when you go past the nice comments saying, oh, nice sound, whatever. You actually talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, it's conversation. It's not a comment. And you talk about, you know, the struggle of, you know, creating work, blah, blah, blah. And then I think those relationships are something that we should all have. No, we should all. They are very helpful.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
what I
it's not even it's constructive criticism, but it's not even criticism. It's like just learning conversation, like when someone is willing to be objective and not subjective about what you do, you know? And that's like really, really good to have those people.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and you know, when you tell someone that it's not in the music industry that, oh, I'm playing with this person, that's like, oh, that's nice. Like, well, you don't know. Maybe they are playing in the ass. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the music industry is interesting, and like working with people is even more interesting because everyone has a mind on its own, and everyone has their ways. So it's cool to just to learn how to get along with people, you know, because everyone is a different person and everyone has their own like wishes and you know, ways of doing stuff. So it could be, it can get challenging, you know, and you need to do a lot of, I guess, compromises. It cannot always be your way, or it cannot always be their way, you know. It's just like all a matter of like talking. And I think everything can be figured out with a conversation, you know, honest conversation.
Yes, communication is very important.
Yeah,
especially when you're communicating abstract ideas like music, you know. Oh, I prefer this. Like, why? How? Oh, let's just try it. You know, people are very like, they tend to protect their ego. And you know, I've read something about Elvin Jones calling it like the I thoughts. Like every time you think about drums and music and you put the I in front, those are the thoughts you should get rid of, because you know, you shouldn't be thinking about you. You should be thinking about the music.
Yeah, exactly. That's really, really smart.
Yeah, there's a book called, what is it called? Inside Out by Billy something. I've talked about this book a few times.
I need to write that down. Inside Out?
Inside Out. Is it Inside Out? Yeah, Inside Out. Exploring the mental aspects of drumming by Billy Ward.
Oh, Billy Ward, nice.
Yeah. And it's, you know, it changed. It's a lot about here. There's a lot about what David Litch says. But also it's very practical, you know, tells you how to get gigs, or, you know, like a chart system. It's not just, you know, it's not just words. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I had to write that down.
It's only, you can, I think you can only find it in English. So unless you can read English, you cannot, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I need to get that book.
Yeah.
I found it on Amazon.
Yeah.
And Google Books.
That's the one.
Cool. Exploring the mental aspects of drumming. That's really nice. And have you have read it, right?
I've read it like 3 times.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
what
every few years I've revisited it. It's been a while I haven't read it, to be honest.
And what was like the thing that was like the thing that stuck out to you from that book?
That thing about the I thoughts.
The I thought.
Yeah.
Cool.
You
nice.
know, just knowing to put that aside, it really helped me. Because I've read it at a time, you know, I was in music school. And, you know, when you're in music school, you're learning a lot very, very quickly. And the I thoughts are telling you to, you know, put that lick you learn, or, you know, now you're playing funk, which you have never played, but you still play in a rock band, but you still want to do like a funky thing.
Yeah.
And that's you thinking about what you play, blah, blah, not thinking about the music.
So it's like 3 doors until you get to the creating side of and being in the moment. So it's like the eye, the licks, the showmanship, and then you get to like what's happening in the moment, you know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's very important to be present.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about what are the different projects you're in like.
So the first and newest thing is that I recently joined a band.
Nice.
And like we had our first show that should have been in the Netherlands. It's on the Eurosonic festival.
Yeah,
so
was
that
that last week?
Yeah. So
yeah, a friend of mine was playing there.
Yeah,
with the Spanish
really
artist.
Cool.
Yeah, he's really nice. You should follow him.
What's his name?
He's been on the podcast a couple of times. Rodri at Rodri Drums. I'll type it here. Shout out to Rodri.
Drums. Cool.
He's the kind of player you would like, I think.
Yeah, I'll check him out.
Very groovy.
So we played on Eurosonic, but we should have gone to Netherlands, but like it was last minute. Netherlands shut down, didn't because of COVID, and we the festival decided to keep things online. So we made a 10-minute video, like a medley of the songs they have. And we played it and it was amazing. Like I had such a good time. The name of the band is Feng Shui.
Nice.
It's written like this. So that was our first official show, and it was really nice to work with people and to even better work with people that are my friends for a long time. So I'm quite pumped for that, excited for the projects I had with them. And also at the same time as last year, I will be releasing a new album as I did with Weird Fishes. So this one will be maybe a little bit more challenging. I have a really nice loops that will be in odd time.
Nice. 11/8 maybe.
What?
11/8.
11/8 not, but I have 5/8 and 7/8 and 15, 4 and 28. So it's a handful of work.
28. It's 28 is cool.
Yeah, I did that for my celebration for 20K followers.
Nice.
So I was like, what should I do? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a loop in 28 and just play over it. And it was nice. A lot of those loops that I did it for myself first to just explore my ideas in odd time. So I'm now sharing it with people to do the same with the same concept, just take the loop and do a video and see what you come up with it,
Nice.
And
I have to say, I really like the cover of Weird Fishes.
Of Weird Fishes? Thank you. Yeah.
It's nice. And the way it's presented in the website, it's just really clean. I like it.
On the website, on Bandcamp?
Your website.
Or my website. My website.
Yeah, I think it's really I think it's really cool. Really well designed, I have to say.
Thank you. It was me. Yeah.
What did you do it through?
What?
What did you use to design it?
I use Wix.
Nice.
It's easier, a lot easier than WordPress, but even if it's easier, it took me 2-3 days to make it. But now I just have a whole new idea of how I want to design it. So I will be gone for a week to do that. Because it's a lot of work, and also for the new album, I also designed the artwork as well. Cool. And I'm really happy, and the music is done. So now it's supposed to be mixed and mastered again by Dragi Ivanov, and I'm quite excited for it.
I'm glad to hear our show with awards. Well, with our little awards anyway.
Yeah, a little bubble.
Yeah, it is like a little bubble. This community is. Yeah. It's nice. We don't have a lot of followers. I don't think that many. How would I say it? In English. I don't think that many more people to reach. I'm yet to reach. I think this is why it is. These are all the people that are willing to listen to people trying about drums in Spanish, I guess.
Yeah, but this one will be in English as well. So
I know.
Yeah, we will share it so more people can see it and join the bubble.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to ask you about the scene in Macedonia. And
the what?
The scene, the music scene.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, the scene in Macedonia is ever changing, and just like there's not a lot of artists because we're a small country.
How small is it?
What?
How small is it?
I don't hear the question.
Sorry. How small is the country?
How small? Oh my God! Sorry.
That's okay.
It's 2 million people.
Right. So, I live in Madrid, which is bigger than that.
Yeah. So it's nice. Like a lot of people live in the capital. So it's really centralized. Everything that's happening, it almost 90% happens in the capital. That's Skopje, where I live. Yeah. So we have like a really good cultural center that does a lot of like, I don't know, it's there's like a dancing hall that's like the venue that all of the shows go, and a lot of festivals are held there. So, and we have like a theater there, and we have like a lot of, I don't know, bunch of like artsy happenings, events. So we have that. So shout out to Makaca. They're really nice. It's always nice to be there and play there. We have like, there was like a golden age era that was like in the 90s, and like a lot of like bands that were really good. Like I don't know, Arhangel is one of the bands that is really nice. But yeah, the scene now is like with a lot of like new people that are coming up with a lot of like different music. So we have like rock bands, we have like pop bands, we have trap music, rap music. So we do have a lot of artists, but I can imagine like the whole Spain is like 10 times more. But it's nice. We almost know everyone here, and everyone that what everyone is doing, and we're like in this own little bubble. And it's nice to be here. Yeah. And it's nice to be in a band now, and we're trying now to get like to the Balkans and get more like go on tour and just spread out internationally. So yeah, that's our goal for this year.
Nice. Do you have also any particular goals this year?
Oh, this year.
For yourself?
I always do this like year compass thing. I did it last year, and it was like how 2020 passed and how I want 2021. So I should have done that. It was my to do in January, so I still have time.
Same.
So I haven't written down any goals yet, but as I would now say it, is that I want to keep doing what I do. Just make a ton of videos, have a lot of fun. Maybe start doing some hobbies and just like travel a lot, go on tour, get out those albums. Like we will have like an album out with feng shui, and as well with like my thing. The name will be Sunrise. That's what I decided. So yeah, that what else? So I would like to play a lot of shows. That's one of my wishes.
Yeah, I think all of us want to.
Yeah, and travel also. Travel with, as I did in Spain, maybe place a couple of more drum festivals. That would be really nice. I want to start a YouTube channel. That's my goal for like from last year. That did not happen. I mean, I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm not making content dedicated to the YouTube channel. So I would love to start doing that. And one like general thing is like I have to get a driver's license. For like I've been trying for like the past 3 years, and I'm so slow with it. And it's like I don't know why, but it's the hardest thing that I ever had to do.
All you have to do is record a cover of driver's license by Lily Rodrigo and just show it to them, to the examiner. Yeah. It's like, listen, I can do it.
Yeah. You know, if I can do it, everyone can.
Yeah, I've met a lot of people that are struggling with a driver's license recently.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God. And everyone's saying to me, like, Martina is so dumb. Like, you know, once you get it, you will realize how dumb it is. But it's like the process is so slow and so, I don't know, it's made like in the hardest possible way, at least in Macedonia. It's like, they're nitpicking on stuff and just like, you need this and you need to do that. And now you're not doing this right and you fail your exam. Yeah. And you need to fail your exam, like at least like the driving exam, you need to fail at least 5 times so they can just let you.
Right. How is your parallel parking skills going?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't tried in 2 years. I was good.
It's once you get the gist of it, it's not that hard. But you know, playing drums, it was way more difficult.
Yeah, I know, and I think like the driving part is not the hard thing. It's like the coordination is good. Like I can do everything, but like I think it's the process. It's like the go there and this, you have to do this theory test and then you have to do this parking and like, and with COVID, it was like, once I decided to go and have the test, it was like everything shut down because of COVID and like it was back and forth with that. And it was like, oh my God, I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, why do you want it?
I need to. I think it's good because I need to be independent for like my drums. You know, yes. I need to go places, and I'm always like taxi or my boyfriends or someone who is willing, or some bandmate that is willing to help me. So shout out to those people that always helps me.
Sorry, guys, I missed the connection for a second, but I'll cut them and paste them on, and it'll be fine. It'll be seamless.
You'll do your magic.
Yeah, we're talking about driving licenses, and I'm shifting topics quite a bit, and I've got a couple of questions. One is quite deep, another one it's not that deep. Which one would you like to start with?
Start with the deep, I guess.
Okay, so now what I think I do for the podcast is I ask we've got a group chat, private group chat, and I ask them to share questions that they might want to ask the following guest. So Roberto here says,
hello.
It'd be nice to ask how to keep the motivation and the productivity up through the pandemic. How do you do that?
I think we talked about that. Like I found that the videos were a form for me to express and help me feel productive. Because there were not a lot of stuff. There were no shows. There was no like going to school, because when 2020 started, I was finishing my last semester. So it was, March. So I graduated in June, and it was like, it was a shock for me because there were so many things that I was doing like in before COVID started. So I went to school, I did like shows, I did small gigs in bars, with my colleagues and everything. And all of a sudden it was like lockdown, and you don't go to school, you don't play shows, you don't have anything to do, So I was, I was like in shock for a couple of days, and I was like, okay, so now's the time to just start creating, So I started doing these like little loops, or playing covers or playing songs I like. So I was posting not regularly, but I was posting when I felt like I had something. And then it became like a habit. And then it became like something that I don't feel fulfilled if I don't do it, So I guess that, and just keep learning new stuff. I think always when I feel that I'm not motivated, it's almost always when I feel stuck, or when I feel that I'm not progressing, or when I've been in the same place for a long time, So I feel like I'm doing the same ideas, I'm playing the same things on the drums. My days are looking like the same, like get up, go to the studio, have some lessons, and like every day starts like to look alike with So I think it's just like keeping things fresh and doing the things that fulfill us.
I totally agree. I think we as humans inherently are addicted to making progress and learning, and it's so healthy. Like sometimes I get tired of drums, and I want to put them aside for a while. And I think that's healthy sometimes as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to practice, and it's not as much as to get better. It's just to feel like I'm getting better.
Yeah.
That feeling of making progress and feeling like you're doing something worth the effort.
Exactly. And even showing up when you don't feel like it, Like a lot of times it's in a week you don't always feel top notch or 100% to doing everything that you're supposed to do in a day, But you have to show up because for example, I made a pact with myself in high school that I will show up every freaking day and to my studio and play my drums, And it's rarely that I do I do decide not to, you know, but it's sometimes when I just feel like it's better to stay, you know, than go. Because like mental health is a big part of our playing and our like job. So, and every job, like, yeah. So, it's in the like when I was a little younger, it was so scary to take a break from the drums. I always found it like really scary. It was like I didn't want to go on vacation. I didn't want to do anything else than just. I felt so guilty, you know. And now I sometimes I do it on purpose, like to take 1 or 2 days off because first I think it's healthy to be at a little distance and to like renew your thoughts, and whenever I do that, I feel so like happy to go back, and like that's the thing that for example it's like it's a way of not taking them for granted, you know. You can always go to the studio, but what will happen if I just don't go to the studio one day and now I feel like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do this when I get back, instead of like just going every day and doing like, oh, I have to do this like thing again, you know. So I just the thing that I found out is like it's good to keep yourself in a place where you realize that you shouldn't be taking things for granted. Even the drums, you know, they're always here. They're always waiting for you. And
yeah, they don't ask for anything.
Yeah, they're just here.
It's the healthiest relationship I've got.
Yeah, exactly.
The second question was about your collaboration with Arthur Dubois. Is that how you say it?
Oh, nice. So Arthur is an amazing human. We've known each other for a lot of time now, like maybe 1.5 years. Like, and I really love his approach to playing. We were talking. Like ever since we met, we talked about like collaboration and doing videos together. And I've learned a lot of stuff from him, like just from watching his videos. I think he's really creative. He's one of the most creative drummers, maybe, and musicians on Instagram. He's like always doing some stuff that no one comes up with, which is amazing.
I'm really hard as well.
Yeah, so he's like, it's really nice to know that kind of a person, and he always inspires me. Like whenever I open up his videos, it's like amazing to see what he does, and I don't know, it's nice, and the collaboration is nice as well. I loved his Sun House percussion
really cool.
performance, and I would love to get eventually the triggers as well, because they're so good. Like they're like, it's not even drums, it's like making music on the spot.
Yeah, and it's so cool.
So yeah, and we are working on another video now.
Nice.
So that should be like maybe next month. So keep your eyes on. Yeah,
I will do. That's very nice.
Yeah.
To close the conversation, I've got a list of quick questions. You know, they might be a bit deep, but just I want a quick answer, no matter how big they are. I mean, they're not really that deep anyway.
So don't talk too much, Martina.
First of all, any hobbies?
Any hobbies? Hiking. I love cooking, and I love riding my bike. I almost always ride my bike to my studio, but now it's really, really cold outside, so I prefer to not bike. But yeah, so cooking, biking, hiking, and I did draw one in like one period of time in my life, and I really love that, and I want to get back to it. So yeah,
maybe
those are
something for 2022.
yes.
Favorite place in the world to live in, if you had to pick one?
What where I would want to live in?
Yeah, if you could only choose one.
If I could only choose one, no. the world.
You move there and you cannot move anymore.
Oh my god. I would love to live in the US for one time in my life. I don't know when, but I love LA. I've never been,
Nice.
but I would love to visit. I know it's like the biggest city ever and everything is crazy there, but it would be a nice challenge. I love challenges.
Yeah.
So, but I have like
no healthcare is a big challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think also like a smaller city in the US with a nice music scene is Nashville. So I would really love to visit Nashville. Copenhagen is a really nice city. We talked about that.
Yeah.
And I've
cool.
never visited that thing, the local that you...
Yeah, it's a poke. If anyone's into pokes, poke place.
Next time.
It was my first. It was my first international show with a band I was touring with, and I've got fond memories. I was only there for like 10 hours. Anyway, I've been to Stockholm. I'm planning to go to Helsinki, Copenhagen.
Nice. Yeah.
I like no other countries. Non-drummer, favorite musician who doesn't play drums.
That's hard. In like a big part of me as a musician is John Frusciante. I really love his work. He is the guitarist of Red Hot, but his solo work is amazing. And I was literally obsessed with him for a time in my life. Who else?
I thought you were gonna say Tom York.
Tom York, oh yeah, definitely Tom York. But with Radiohead as well, and his solo work as well. Like he's amazing. I'm like James Blake is amazing as well.
Yeah.
Also,
I only asked for one.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Those are the ones that come up to my mind. And when we finish this, I'm going to be like, oh, I should have said that and that, you know.
On to a more, I guess, shallow question. An emoji. What's your favorite emoji? Or the one you use the most?
I will check in my recent. I don't know. It's like the one that's like really like satisfied, you know, that one, you know. I can show you my recent emojis.
Yeah, that one. Nice. Croatia.
You know.
A cup. Trophy.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah. I change them just to keep it like interesting.
Yeah. Every month I've got a different one. I like I like the cowboy one. Because
The cowboy.
yeah, because it could mean anything.
Yeah. This is the cowboy.
Cool. If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with that time?
Oh my God. I love that. Like I was in a time of my life, I was just literally, I was dreaming about not having to sleep, you know? Like imagine what could we do with all that time that we lose to sleep, you know? And I was like actively trying to sleep as least as I can, like 5 hours or something. But I was tired.
Yeah.
It was okay, but I don't know. So yeah, I would do, you know, the same thing as I do now throughout the day. And when I don't have to sleep, you know, I would just go out with friends and just travel and go to the mountains and everything. So the time that I do have for sleep, let's say the 8 hours, I would just hang out and just hike and do my hobbies because I do not have time right now for anything of that.
I'd agree with you. Okay, a film or a book you would gift every listener?
One of my, like, I love this book, The Little Prince.
Yeah, El Principito.
Yeah, that's how you say?
Yeah.
Nice. So I really love that book. And whenever I reread it, I find something else that could be translated into the real world, you know, and how, and the bad habits and bad things that we unconsciously start doing, you know, throughout the years, you know?
Yeah. I haven't read it because I've always been told to read it. And that's why I haven't read it.
Yeah, so I recommend. It's really nice. It's a kid's book, but it's way more deep than just a kid's book. So yeah, The Little Prince and what was the film?
Or series. I mean,
or series.
Anything. Or podcast.
I think, yeah, I had a lot of, I watched a lot of episodes of Dramio Gab podcast with a lot of drummers and always got something to think about after listening to it. Also, the Marcanetti podcast. Also, Dave Illich has a podcast. I don't know the name, but it was like a really famous podcast with like a famous host. I cannot think of the name.
Tim Ferriss.
Yeah.
That's the one. I've listened
like
to that a few times.
Yeah, that's the one. So The Little Prince and Dave Illich with Tim Ferriss, and a series, I don't know. I've watched a lot of series now on Netflix, but I cannot think of any. Maybe Vikings is a good one, but I didn't watch it to the end because it became kind of boring because Ragnar died. Oh, sorry for the spoilers.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, and I know I won't watch it. So it's fine. But
I don't know. There must be a series.
There must be one,
but I cannot. Yeah, and the film. Whenever someone asks me about like a film or film, I cannot remember right now.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I wouldn't. I don't want to go through my questions.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I'm the one asking them. So final one is very simple.
Okay.
Or feels like one word to say to our listeners and close the episode.
To salute. Um, one word. Honesty, I would say.
I like it. Hasn't come out yet.
Yes.
But it's very important.
Is there like a recurring word comes up?
Groove, love.
Groove.
I think those have come up a couple of times. Yeah. But I mean, it's okay that they are recurring. Some people think about relationships. Some people think about life in general. Some people think about drums.
Yeah.
It's however you wanna live it, I guess.
Yes.
I wouldn't know what to say.
Yeah, but what's your word?
Get rest. Those are two. Yeah.
Rest?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Chill.
Oh, chill. Nice.
Yeah. I probably would say that. We live too fast sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. I can imagine. I mean, I can understand, not imagine. But yeah, chill and be honest.
Yeah, chill and be honest.
Yeah.
It's a good place to live it. Thank you, Martina, for your time. And not Martina, Martina.
Martina. Thank you, Carlos.
Martina. That's the one.
Yeah.
Rolling the R.
Yeah, so thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be a part of your podcast. It's a pleasure to be, to have a place where I can just say my thoughts and I really thank you for that. And thank you everyone that will watch this. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for the support.
Me too.
Yes.
Thanks to you. Have a great day.
Yes, you as well. Have a nice day and catch with you later.
¿Qué tal, chicos y chicas? Espero que os haya gustado, que os lo hayáis pasado bien, que hayáis aprendido cositas. A algunos o algunas habrá hecho un buen listening. Y nada, espero que os haya venido bien en ese sentido. Y nada, con muchas ganas de hacer más episodios así. No porque lo que tengamos aquí sea peor, eso nunca. Que tenemos mucha manía de lo que es de fuera mejor. Y a veces no está bien eso. No está bien y no es verdad, precisamente. Así que nada, con ganas de hacer más cositas. Cualquier comentario a la hora de cómo mejorar toda esta movida, ya sabéis que siempre bienvenido. Y nada, animaros a meteros al grupo de Telegram, porque cada episodio voy a pedir que me paséis alguna preguntilla y cualquiera que sea interesante y tal saldrá en el podcast, ¿vale? Y nada, un beso y un abrazo para todas y todos, que estudiéis mucho, que escuchen mucha música y si podéis ir a algún concierto también lo recomiendo. Nada, chao, que lo paséis bien.